Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Samurai, to another No Holds Barred, our sort of end cap to these journeys we go on. We, as you can see, are at the end of Cyberpunk 2077. We started this game back in December. It is now, at time of recording, March. We have completed 100% run on the hardest difficulty. That is every mission done. Every fixer mission done, every NCPD mission done, every car purchased, every story mission done. We have got our weapon slots are iconic weapons. All our weapons our main weapons are upgraded to 100%. All our armor, save for 2 items, which I'll get into in a bit, are upgraded to 100%. We have completed every ending. We have seen every epilogue. We have completed the romance quest line. We have done a lot. At time, this closing point, we have nearly 200 hours on this game. We've not done 2 achievements, which we can't do because of the way RPGs work, but yes, we've not completed it, we've 100%ed it, as is par for the course on this channel. Time to start with the big one now. Thoughts on the game itself? Well, as everyone and their mother will probably know already, this game is buggy. It has a lot of bugs. It had not a particularly nice launch. It's still a bit rough around the edges, though definitely feels a bit better after some of the quality of life patches that have gone into it over the recent weeks, over the recent months. But at the same time, I have had people in chat ask me over the course of this playthrough, would I recommend buying this game? And it's a difficult one for me to answer, because on one hand, the game's playable. Not perfect, it's not brilliant, it definitely needs more polish, but it's in a playable state, at least on PC. On the other hand, with the patches coming out, with a bit of a heavy eye, I have to say, no. Don't get the game yet. If you really, really want the game, and you're able to laugh off bugs, like I've spent most of my time doing this, and your PC can handle it, get it on PC. Console, as far as I'm aware, it's still a bit balked, but I've not played it on console. I couldn't give an honest opinion on that. We've been playing it on PC. On my particular rig, it's working fine. It took a good couple of weeks of me fine-tuning settings here and there to try and get it running stable alongside my streaming software. Your mileage may vary, but after a while, after a bit of fine-tuning between the high to medium settings on a few things, we've managed to get it running at a steady 70 FPS throughout the entire game, be it driving sections or running sections or shooting sections. So there's a plus on that. But yes, it definitely still needs a few quality of life patches here and there. There are definitely plenty of bugs. Nothing particularly game-breaking. There is a couple of annoying ones which sort of grey out an area of the 100%, which is the tarot cards, where you unlock the tarot card. There's a series of tarot cards you scan in the environment as you go through the game, and they go into a tarot card collection. 2 of them are unlocked in the endings. You unlock them in the ending, and then when the game reverts back to the hard save before the ending, before you start the ending, you lose that tarot card. Don't know why, it's a bug. You'll probably hear that a lot in this game. Gameplay-wise, well, Night City is absolutely beautiful. It is an amazing environment. I've got lost in this game so many times. There are plenty of things to do, plenty of things to see. There are more than a few Easter eggs scattered around. However, driving has a lot to be desired. A lot of the cars are far too sensitive. The steering, yesterday, prior to the ending of this Let's Play, CDPR have announced that they're fine-tuning some of the driving and putting in a sensitivity slider in the settings menu. That's brilliant, it's a good step forward, but it needs a bit more. The driving system needs refining. The car AI is balked, as is the pedestrian AI. A system where the pedestrians will jump out of your way if you beep the horn, for example, would be very nice. Which brings me on to the point of, with this game, and this ties into the bugs and glitches, I'm afraid, it feels rushed. It feels like at some point down the line, while CDPR, the devs were working on the game, somebody over there, a manager or a higher up said, right, we're going live with this, stop what you're doing, and the work stopped there. You've got AI that you've seen I'm sure you've seen the videos. There are plenty of videos on YouTube documenting all the things going wrong with Cyberpunk, but apart from the AI being a bit dim-witted, apart from the car system being overly sensitive and it not working the driving doesn't feel particularly brilliant at the best of times. My recommendation for that, by the way, is if you're going through the city, use the motorbike. If you're going through the Badlands, use one of the Nomad cars. That's the best possible solution I found for it. Your mileage may vary, but there we go. And that pun was not intended, but whatever. So yes, it needs some work. There's a lot of missing systems as well. There's no character customization at this point. There's no car customization at this point. The armor there's a special clothing slot, which is fine if you want to wear a hazmat suit. That's it. I can list off on my hand the 3 special outfits you've got in this game. You've got hazmat suit flavor 1, hazmat suit flavor 2, and bandages. That's it. You do a heist at the beginning of the game where you wear a very nice suit. Could you get that suit as a special outfit? No. Another thing is that the armor system there's no sort of set bonuses for the armor system. So if you have all of the same matching Netrunner gear, for example, you don't get a set bonus on that as a boost to your character, you just get the random armor slots. It doesn't also match up very well if you're going sort of fashion-wise, because if you go with the best armor stats on each piece, then your character looks like a bit hodgepodge. I mean, our character in the end was running a Netrunner suit, some poofy trousers, some Netrunner boots, a Johnny samurai jacket, and a cowboy hat. So take as you will. Gunplay, however, is perfectly serviceable, and the net running skills, the hacking system is... Oh, I love the hacking system. The hacking system is absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It is such an amazing system. By the end of the game, we got so over-leveled that we were able to just go into a building and just clear everyone out in a few minutes, in about 30 seconds, just by using Look, if you have the time, work to 100%, you can make this game, so you can play as a god if you so wish, which I do because that's just my playstyle. Hardest difficulty is always at the start of the game. You get your backside handed to you, even into the mid-game. And then as by the end of the game, once you've completed everything, then it's a cakewalk. But yeah, like I said, your play style may be different to mine, so there we go. Soundtrack-wise, I can't give a full commentary over the soundtrack, even, because CDPR put a DRM music thing in there. So you can turn off all the DRM music. Brilliant for if you're streaming the game like I am, because it means you don't get copyright strikes, apart from one track that slipped the net, but I'm not too worried about that. So for what soundtrack is in the game, it's brilliant. I love this soundtrack. It's fantastic. There is one piece that you hear, most notably in the ending, though I'm sure it happens throughout the game, is an absolute beautiful piece. It's like a string quartet. I love it. It's amazing. And then there's a Bob-Bob-Z, which is a J-poppy thing that has become the anthem of this channel throughout this playthrough, I must admit, much to chat's disdain. Hold on, if you don't mind, actually mentioning chat. Yeah, that's it. If you don't mind bugs, no game-breaking ones, and like good stories, buy it and make yourself ready for a great journey. If you can't stand bugs for some reason, then yeah, wait. I agree with Diagox on that one. It is just brilliant. It's a fantastic story. I'm not going to spoil the story for obvious reasons, but yeah, Johnny, if you can, go for friendship with Johnny. Not only does it allow you to unlock the secret ending, but also it just feels nice to have. Johnny is a character that's really grown on me. At the start of the game, I couldn't stand him, and as you go through, he grew on me. I love Johnny as a character now. He's brilliant. So well done, CDPR, on that one. That's character development on the highest caliber, as far as my honest opinion is concerned. Like I said, graphics-wise, Night City is beautiful. It's a beautiful game. If you have a system that can crank this up to maximum settings, you're in for an absolute treat. If you've got a GPU which can handle ray tracing on max settings, it's absolutely beautiful. I've played the game offline a couple of times, experimenting with ray tracing. It looks fantastic, but I'm not one for the FPS cap that ray tracing turns on. You turn on ray tracing, it halves your frame rate basically. So we've turned it off for the duration of this playthrough. But if you can play it with ray tracing on, give it a shot. And yes, voice acting. Thank you, Cats. Voice acting has been superb. Top-notch voice acting. I've loved I can't complain about any voice actor well, okay, I can complain about one voice actor in this game, but she was a celebrity voice actress. She's not one... She's... The professional voice actors, the majority of the cast, they have been absolutely brilliant. There's one character who's played by a celebrity voice actress, and it just... It sounded phoned in to me. Maybe that's the way her character was supposed to be, but it just didn't match. But the main character, all the main characters, their voices are fantastic. A lot of the side characters, their voices are brilliant. Would like to see the TVs in the game. I can understand why, because of it would cause a bit of performance issues with the game, but I wouldn't mind with the TVs in the game actually showing things at proper frame rate rather than at a jerky thing, but whatever. So yeah, character-wise, brilliant. Judy is absolutely amazing. She has easily become one of my favourite characters. V, our main character, completely voice acted. It's so nice to have that. It gives him so much personality. It was brilliant. Jackie was brilliant. Johnny obviously was brilliant. Keanu Reeves, I think, played Johnny very well. Panam, one of the other characters, absolutely loved her. The characters make the game. They really, really do. The story, as mentioned, is fantastic. I'm going around in circles here, but yeah. I think that's everything. I think that's everything on my opinions. If you, like I said, if you think you can handle the bugs, give the game a shot. But personally, wait a little bit longer. Wait for the game to be patched. Wait for the major patches to come out in the next few months, and then give it a shot. I won't say Cyberpunk 2077 is my game of the year. Obviously, it came out last year, so I couldn't. But even then, the state it released in, I could not honestly give this the game of the year title just because of how buggy it was. Am I glad I gave it a shot, though? Yes. I would not trade this playthrough for anything in the world. It has been... When I first started streaming, I always set Cyberpunk as my first major milestone. And it's lived up to that reputation. I wish I could go back and play it again. I'm not doing another run, by the way. There's a one-run rule on this channel. One day we may come back to Cyberpunk 2077, do a different run, but for now, this is it. We have done everything. We have completed every mission, every side story. We've bought every car. Cars! That's one more point to mention. And if anyone from CDPR ever hears this, no, don't put so many cars in. That's one thing that really, really annoyed me with this game, is the cars. You have a lot of cars to buy. That is good. But the fact is you buy the cars. By the end of it, we had to grind so much money to get a bunch of cars we are never going to use in this game. Next time, please... Next time, have them as mission unlocks. You've got so many missions in this game. You've got cars as mission unlocks. Just put most of the cars as mission unlocks. Don't make us fork out all this money for cars that we're not going to use, especially when half of the vehicles don't control properly. The Caliburn, they look sort of like a Bugatti Veyron. They're a beautiful car. I love the design of that car, but trying to drive it feels like I'm on a skid pan, or they've replaced the wheels with ice. You just go careening everywhere. It's not pleasant. Whereas the best car in the game, they put in a maze. And then I still had to buy it after I figured out how to get through the maze. Thank you, game. But anyway. Oh, and there's the Batmobile, which doesn't look like the Batmobile. And then there's another car called the Cthulhu, which does look like the Batmobile, but controls not very well. But anyway, right, with that said... If you didn't play this, we might not have met. Okay, oh yeah, that's a fair point, M7. And same for Diagox, so yes. This game's brought as yeah, I owe a lot of this community to this game. So this one's just... But anyway, enough of me waffling on, enough of me giving my random thoughts. Well, these literally are just random thoughts, just so I can get all my thoughts and feelings out about the game. I'm sure I'll kick myself after I've stopped recording this, but there we go. So with that said, If you have any questions, if you want to know any more of my opinions on Cyberpunk 2077, feel free to stop by the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GuardEzio, whenever I'm live. Fire your questions at me in chat. I'm more than happy to answer any of them. But until then, and until our paths next cross again, may you all have a beautiful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever it is around this whole wide world you are. Thank you for stopping by and giving this video a watch. And as always, until our paths next cross again, the Vortex awaits. And I'll see you all next time.